Hi everyone, welcome back to AFTV and welcome to Full Time. I'm here with Robbie, who's just been at the game.
Oh, Charlie Patino.
Is that the new?
Oh, like Charlie Patino. Oh, wow, what a moment for that kid. First of all, before he came on, all the crowd was singing his name when he was there.
Really?
Yeah, he was there on the sidelines,
nice.
And all the crowd was singing his name. And then he comes on and scores. I mean, what an absolute dream moment for a kid that's come through the academy. 4 of those goals tonight from the academy. Big up Eddie Nketiah with a hat-trick as well. And man, listen, I was really happy. I brought my kids to the game today. They really enjoyed it. Apologies to a load of the kids that were waiting for me afterwards, mate. There was a mob of about 500.
No, really.
I had to beat a bit of a retreat, but no, listen, it was fantastic. And what a great win. It was good because we were able to rest so many players. And yeah, perfect. Perfect for the semi-final. I mean, listen, we had an easy draw, but we had to get the job done. And you know what's big up Sunderland? They pulled one back. You know what I mean? I couldn't see where that was going to come from, but they pulled one back. And but then Arsenal, what I liked about it is they just said, okay, cool. You know what I mean? We're going to deal with this. Because I was looking at it, I was saying to Julian, I was saying, remember, all they got to do is score one more. This is what people forget sometimes in these sort of games. 2-2, it goes to penalties. It's not a replay or nothing like that. So, if you're Sunderland, you haven't got to win the game. Get one more goal back, take it to penalties, and try and get through that way. But Arsenal just dealt with it and bang, 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 and game over. And job done. Yeah, no,
I agree. And I thought actually, I'll give credit to Sunderland too. I thought in that first half, they tried to play some nice football. They had some nice moments where they were kind of running at our defence. I thought, okay, they've worked this quite nicely.
It's too easy the way they scored.
It was. I felt El Neni and Odegaard should have done something in midfield to stop it earlier. Then White's a little exposed, and agreed. But that was the one bad moment. What was
one bad moment apart from that.
Perfect night.
Perfect night, and hat-trick for Eddie Nketiah and Patino. And Pepe as well. I thought Pepe played all right tonight. The 2 nutmegs that he did in that game. You'll see my player ratings later on, but that's worthy. That shot him right up, I tell you. I enjoyed those.
Yeah, there are a couple in there.
To do it once and then do it again. He took the mick. But good performance.
Yeah, I felt Pepe, because obviously we were on the starting 11 show, the 11 comes out, and we're talking about Balogun getting his first start. We're talking about Pepe coming in on the right. Obviously, we've not seen him for so long. I thought the first 15 minutes, Pepe was a bit sloppy at times. You could see he's trying to get into it. Once he got his goal, especially in the second half, I just felt he looked like he was terrorising them. He was
terrorising it down that wing every time the ball came to him. He was terrorising that full-back. As I said, nutmegged him twice. Just every time he got the ball, it looked like something, we could score. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he was just like, he was just looking to assist. A great assist for Patino. Yeah. Great assist for Eddie. Great finish by Eddie. And he played well. He played well. He's a reminder to Mikel Arteta that I'm still about if you need me. And I think that, and I was saying it before when we was doing the starting 11, that it's important that squad players shine tonight, right? And Eddie did, but in getting a hat-trick, and Pepe did. So that's very important because they will be needed. There's a lot of games coming up. Christmas period, I don't think you're going to see the same starting 11 in every one of those games. You know what I mean? We've got a game on Boxing Day. 2 days later, we play Wolves. That's not an easy game. Yeah. Right? A few days later after that, we've got Man City at home. The squad is going to have to come into play. So, Pepe doing well, Eddie Nketiah doing well was very important tonight. And, it was job done.
No, I agree. I mean, I don't think you can ask for anything more than, rotating a lot. Couple first teams in there, but then they all get taken off, which is great. Smith Rowe, Odegaard, White all come off fine. Gabriel, Xhaka gets some minutes, Martinez gets some minutes, and then Patino gets his goal. Let's talk about Patino, because we've been talking about him for months in terms of when's that debut going to come, and obviously we don't have Europa League football, which is a shame. The group stages would have been a good opportunity for that. Even Balogun is a player that we've been wanting to see. They both get their opportunities tonight. Patino with the goal, Balogun got a start. How did you feel? I mean, obviously Patino scores. Obviously, a stupid question, but I'll ask him. How do you feel?
Wonder moment for Patino. To just literally come on as I said, your debut, all the fans are singing your name, you know, which doesn't happen a lot. People will be like, who's that? Oh, but people already knew who he was. Expectations are high. You want to impress, and then it gets put on a plate for you by Pepe, and, you know, decent finish, and you were off the mark in your debut. I mean, it must be such a, as I said, a wonderful, wonderful moment for a kid that's come through the academy and just dreamt of playing at the Emirates. And I was so happy for him. Balogun, on the other hand, I think it was a bit of a quiet game for him. You know what I mean? He missed 2 chances that I think he should have put at least one of those away, if not both. I know he was sort of playing out wide, and he's a striker. That was the first thing Turkey sort of said to me. Yeah, but he's playing out wide. But listen, that's your pathway a lot of times into a team. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to, you know, Eddie, we've seen Eddie having to play out wide and stuff like that. He didn't really seize his chance tonight. It's really tough, really, really tough for a young player. You come in and you know that when those chances come, you have to put them away. There's no margin, and it's a bit unfair to have that expectation on, because it's just, you know, it's only like, you know, his first game or sort of second game this season in the first team. But the problem is, with so much attacking talent there, you have to bury it, and he didn't. He kind of did not take those 2 chances that he had. And then it didn't surprise me when he got taken off, because he got a yellow card. I think at that stage it was 3-1. And then probably your manager's thinking, young player, I'm asking him to play up front, telling him to press. Don't want him to go and put another foot wrong, and then he gets himself sent off, and then we got a problem for the last 10, 15 minutes. So, you know, he'll be disappointed, Balogun, but he'll come again. I hope he's not too disheartened by the performance, but he didn't seize the opportunity. He could have had a couple of goals tonight.
I'll add that whole, you know, I know what you mean about strikers, their path is normally down the left, but or on the wing. You know, strikers often are shifted out there, especially when they're that profile of striker. They've got skill, they've got pace. So I'm not going to judge him too much off tonight, as you're not either. But I agree.
It's as I said, it's tough because you've got a limited opportunity to just, you know, you can come into a team as a midfielder and you can play a couple of good passes, and people are like, oh, you know, a defender can, you know, but I think there's 2 positions when you get your chance. If you don't take it, it could be a while before you get back as a striker and goalkeeper. You know what I mean? So
very true. Very true.
Listen, he would have learned from it.
But great minutes, great experience for him.
Great experience.
And a great kind of, just a great night in terms of Arsenal, just kind of going through the motions. It didn't feel we had to overexert ourselves too much. Let's get your thoughts, guys, because that's the beauty of the show. You guys are sending your videos, we get to hear what you guys think. The number is on the screen. Send your videos into WhatsApp. We've got the first set of clips now. Let's go through them.
Yep, really impressive performance from the Arsenal today. Obviously, we are playing League One opposition, so regardless of the margin of the victory, it's always going to seem like we would have won anyway. But, you know, you've got to put your hands up for the guys, for the way they approached the game, for the way they weren't complacent, and they sort of carried on the theme of aggressive, confident play of the last couple of games. A couple of shout outs to Pepe, obviously, who came on, and I wouldn't say necessarily took his chance, but he sort of displayed some of the talents that may have been forgotten about by obviously the fans and maybe Arteta himself. He looked confident. He tried a few tricks and attempts. He kept the ball quite well. He was quite aggressive. Well done to him. And obviously Nketiah got a hat-trick, so he'll take the sort of the headlines from today, but the whole team as a whole played well, and the whole team has carried on the good form.
Hi AFTV. Awesome performance. I wasn't expecting anything less than 3 points, and we'll wait for the draw tomorrow and see what we can get. I don't want Liverpool. This could be a chance for us to win the Carabao Cup in 10 years. Yeah, you know, the form is on point. Top 4 is there. Still optimistic about top 4. Let's enjoy the moment. You know, it's been a while with smile like this, so I just want to enjoy every moment and just keep going. Thank you. Peace out.
Come on, Arsenal. Big performance tonight. Get me. That's what we needed. 5-1. going into a nice bit of form right now. Good to see Pepe getting some minutes, Eddie getting minutes, hat-trick, lovely goals as well. And then the young Patino to come on and get a goal for himself. Good performance all round. Let's hope we can take this into Sunday's game, get another 3 points and keep pushing up the table. Merry Christmas AFTV. Come on you Gunners.
Big up AFTV and all Arsenal fans. This is Karim from Russia. Great to see you back in the studios, everyone at AFTV. Hope you are all healthy and good. Listen, thank you man for keeping us updated during your quarantine and working from home. We really appreciate that, man. It was great to see Balogun tonight. You can see his physical ability, but I hope he goes on loan in January because he lacks the experience and it's time for him to play with the big boys now. And what a great moment by Charlie Patino. I was really happy for him. Hale End producing some real talent. And let's give the appreciation that Pepe deserves for keeping us entertained the whole second half. And I just wish Arsenal fans wouldn't base their judgments and opinions about Eddie Nketiah over this one hat-trick against Sunderland, a League One side. I mean, yeah, he had a great game, but base your judgments over his whole career at Arsenal, not just this game. And remember I told you about us having 22 wins this season being a great result for us. Well, the next game against Norwich, if we win that, we would be halfway through and that would be our 11th win. So I hope we'll make the job done.
I have missed Karim so much. I mean,
he's good, that Russian guy.
He's brilliant, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, it speaks a lot of facts as well. You know, what I mean? And you know, I think he was spot on what he said about Balogun as well. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and yeah, you know, what I mean, I like the other guy who said he's going to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And listen, we are going into Christmas, Arsenal fans. Yeah, let me just remind you guys, we are in the top 4. And we're into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Honestly, at the start of the season, I would have taken that all day long, going into Christmas, right? So right now, I'm a very happy guy, you know what I mean? And you know, there's been bumps this season. We got off to a horrible start, but I remember after those first 3 games, I did say that, listen, let's not get, you know, carried away the other way. You know, it's a long way to go. We can recover it back, but we're going to have to put it in. We're going to have to work. And, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing from the team today. Another performance, another game. I know it's a League One opposition, but another game where we've scored goals.
Yep.
We've scored goals, you know what I mean? So that's important to me, that I'm seeing a team that is confident in scoring goals at the moment. Because at the start of the season, we couldn't buy a goal, could we?
No, we couldn't.
We barely score. And how long have we been on negative goal difference and stuff like that? So I'm like that guy. I'm enjoying the moment at this moment in time. There's a long season left. The season doesn't finish till May. We're only in December. But I'm enjoying it at the moment because, you know, as I said, top 4, James, at the moment. And in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, we can relax tomorrow and see who we're going to get.
We can just enjoy the football.
Yeah, who do you want?
Just a recap of the games. Brentford, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Tottenham, West Ham. Liverpool, Leicester. Brentford. And then I said I want the other game to be Leicester, West Ham. I want Liverpool and Spurs out of there. I don't want the North London derby in a cup.
Not the North London derby?
No, leave me... I back us. I just don't want it. Leave me alone.
Just thinking about it as well, there's not 2 legs now.
So is that decided that it's definitely going to be 1 leg?
Yeah, haven't they said it's going to be 1 leg? And also in the FA Cup, no replays.
Okay.
I think so. I'm just have to get that confirmed. But I know in the FA Cup for the 3rd round and the 4th round, there's going to be no replays.
Right, fine.
So I'm sure we'll have to double check because.
Yeah, we'll double check that in the show.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy right now, man. It's going to be a good Christmas. It's
Yeah,
going to be a good Christmas, man.
And you know,
no one can, right now, from now till Christmas, no one can take away the fact that we're in the semi-finals and we're in the top 4. No, between now and Christmas.
We'll find a way.
No, hold on, you can't do that.
Drama.
Between now and Christmas, you can't take it away.
They'll void the season.
Boxing Day's another matter, but between now and Christmas, we're there.
We were in Manchester together after that 5-0. Do you remember that?
Oh man, I was chatting.
That doesn't feel that long ago.
I was chatting to my son about it earlier, and I was saying, you know, because we were saying that we got Man City on the 1st of January, and I was saying to him, you know, about the 5-0 and how bad that was. But listen, we can go into that game with a lot of confidence if we can get a couple of wins under our belt. You know, yeah, things are looking up, man. Things 100%. Are looking up. And
to add to our joy, FM Shake Centre in a super chat says, Eddie walks away with a match ball, Patino with his debut goal, and Pepe took a man's soul. Merry Christmas, James and Robbie.
Yo,
wishing
Pepe.
you and yours happiness and health.
What is also the comment where the guy said, right, which I liked as well, where he said that you know, Pepe kept us entertained in the second half. He did, man. He did. Yeah. I mean, the first nutmeg.
Yeah.
The second one, I said to my son, I go, if he does another one of those, that guy has to come off the pitch.
Yeah.
He has to leave. He has to leave, just sort of say, you know, I've had enough and come off.
Yeah, walk off. Say,
you know, either that or he would have took Pepe out. You know what I mean? One of the two.
There were a few challenges towards the end that I thought.
Ooh, the one on Martinelli.
Yeah, they're thinking, you know what? You know, when it gets to sort of Sunday League level, I'll just leave one on him at this point.
I was surprised to actually see them bring Martinelli on.
I was actually, I didn't think it was necessarily necessary. But then, you know, I'm bantering because I thought Sunderland actually were pretty good in terms of that first half, trying to cause us some problems. Second half, Arsenal
and respect to their fans. They brought about 5,000 fans.
Yeah, good stuff.
They're in good voice, and they've now got. This is a lot of what people don't understand when it comes to football fans. They've now probably got, I saw some of their coaches as I was leaving the game, that's like a 6-hour drive home plus, because those coaches are going to have to stop on the way home. So you're probably talking about those Sunderland fans getting home at about 5 a.m. or later. That's commitment, right? And that's what football fans do week in, week out, when we go into these away games. When you're watching it on TV sometimes, when the game finishes and you turn off, and you go and have a cup of tea, or you go and have a drink and a beer, or, you know, send a couple of texts and you go to your bed, think of those fans as still on their way home. And that's what makes fans special. Yeah. That's what makes fans special, you know. So big up to those Sunderland fans, you know what I mean? You know, listen, we're talking about approaching maybe next week where there could be no fans at games. And this is the importance of having fans at games, when you see those travelling fans and the Arsenal fans that were in the stadium tonight, you know, so, wow.
Agreed. Remember, guys, keep sending in your videos, the numbers on the screen, send them to the WhatsApp screen. Just checking, do we have any more clips through? We do have some more clips, so let's go into them.
Let's see what people got to say.
Yes, AFTV, I hope you can hear me. We're at the game right now, full time, 5-1. Very, very convincing victory. I must say, in the first half, Pepe weren't doing much. It was a bit shaky, 2-1. And then second half, Pepe came alive over here on my section. I gave him that advice to get me to do his thing. And yeah, Patino, debut goal. Overall, convincing win. A bit shaky in the first half. But I really start to think now, we've got a bit of squad depth, you know. People are performing well. Yeah, and just to keep it short, shout out to the fans. 10 out of 10, as always. And big up the Arsenal. On we go to the semi-finals. Let's get this trophy, you know. 1.
Super impressed with that performance. Obviously, good lineup as well. Personally, I thought Nketiah was going to start on the left, but seeing Balogun there was still good. But I felt like Arteta's really not helping that particular player grow, because I feel like that guy is a striker. It's a proper classic 9. Arteta needs to find a way to give him this kind of instinct in the box and still not take away the raw ability he has. So definitely one I felt like could have done better today, but still Arteta has put him in the wrong position. So good goal from Patino as well. Someone that I felt definitely, he looks just the way he acts. He just seems like a player that should be there. There's just this composure about him. I don't know. Watching him play, two-touch, very simple, intelligent, proper Arsenal player. So yeah, good result. Good hat-trick from Eddie as well. Someone that I feel like the fans don't really give enough plaudits, but definitely one player to watch. Pepe, my man of the match, Pepe. Yeah, Pepe was top today, you know, a couple mad nutmegs, and yeah, Pepe was taking the piss today. So good performance from the boys. And I know what you think about Aubameyang. Do you think he's ever going to get back in the team?
Hey guys, this is Ram calling from India. This is 3:30 in the morning here. It was an excellent match. We won, and it's 5-1 is a really good score line. I think what I wanted to say is that Arsenal look good with the double pivot. As soon as Xhaka came inside and played along with Elneny, it gave us a lot more stability, and we played, even though we were one forward playing player down, our forward movement was not affected. We still played forward really well, and I think Arteta's gameplay is now suited for the double pivot, and I think that we should continue with that. And kudos to Eddie for getting the hat-trick. I think he deserves that, even though he may be leaving. And Patino, wow, debut goal, amazing. I think that's a great sign for your youngsters who is coming inside. I hope this continues. Anyway.
My name is Sai from the UK. It was a nice game of football, a comfortable win at that. I'm glad Nicolas Pepe got the message from Arteta with a goal and 2 assists to his name. And Eddie Nketiah, I'm happy for him as well, getting a hat-trick with a typical fox in the box goals. And remember the name, guys, Charlie Patino. A comfortable win, and I hope we get a favourable draw for the next round. On to the semi-final. We take it a game at a time. Come on, you Gunners.
Great to hear from you guys, and we've got Lee in the building. How are you, Mr. Lee Judges?
Very good, thank you very much. Very good, very good.
We've got a lot to talk about. Robbie and I saved the Nketiah conversation, so we're going to talk about him. There's a lot to discuss. Send in your thoughts via the comment section, your videos. As you can see, the number is on the screen. Get in your videos. But before we do, Amir in the comment section had quite a bit to say to me. He wants to know, the question was for Robbie, and I know Robbie's answer, which I'll reveal in a sec, but I want to ask you, how would you rate Arteta's 2 years in charge? He says definitely not a 5, absolutely disrespectful. I gave a 5, that's why he's on my case. James, a 5 for Arteta with a lot of not so impressed emojis. There's a few more. What would you... Here we go, Amir. Robbie is honest, but James uses any opportunity to bring Arteta down and talk about other managers.
Well, we've not done that, like, you know what I mean, if I'll be honest. I would say 5 for his league form, but I would, overall, his general 2 years, probably a 6 because of the FA Cup, but no more than that at this moment in time. I've seen some good stuff, and I've seen some bad stuff, you know what I mean? What's his name, Amir? Is it Amir?
Yeah.
Has he not forgot this time last season? Has he not forgot this time last season when we couldn't buy a win?
You know
what I mean? So, listen, I think that you would, you know, I've said it and I say it again, you know what I mean? He was very, very fortunate to keep his job after last season's results, and then after the semi-final of the Europa League. But what I'm seeing now is there's definitely signs of improvement, but you know, you look at it, it's the players, James. You know, you look at today, look at the defending for that goal today. You know, because we haven't got Gabriel back there. You know, you've got Holding replacing him. There's a difference in ability. There is. It's you know, Gabriel and Ben White are an upgrade on Mustafi and Holding of last season. So so I do expect Arsenal to improve because we've improved on players. But you know, listen, I get this fear. I get this. You know, when Arsenal get a result and play well, people turn around and say, "Oh yeah, it's all down to Mikel Arteta." When we lose, it's the players' fault. It's a bit of both. You know, and you've got to be realistic at this moment in time. I'm going to give Arteta a very, very big credit that after the diabolical performance and result against Everton, I think from that moment on I've seen us entertain, play well, much better, and I've seen some real positives since that Everton game. Now, there was pressure on him after that game against Southampton. I actually thought against Southampton I was going to come over here and be bored out of my head and it was going to be like a very, very uncomfortable 1-0 win. We breezed it. So give the manager credit when he's winning and doing well, but when he's losing and not doing well, I do feel that you've got to be able to look at that and criticise. I don't think abuse, but criticise, and that's what I certainly do. And but at this moment in time, you know, how can you not praise the manager or the players at this moment in time? Since that performance against Everton, 3-0, 2-0 against West Ham, very good West Ham team by the way. Followed that up with a fantastic 4-1 win against Leeds, 5-1 today.
Yeah.
So 6-1 against Norwich, like it's going to be like, you know. So well, so we've got, you know, in a semi-final. Listen, we had a blinding draw. I remember that game against when we was here at Leicester when we got the draw. So fantastic result as far as the draw is concerned, and done the business today. I don't care what anybody says. It's all about getting through. But we got through with an enjoyable performance. Again, I've been entertained tonight, James.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the other thing I'd add to that, this season's been a massive upgrade. Sorry, it's been a massive improvement on the performances we've seen from the team. That comes from the coaching, that comes from Arteta, absolutely. I also think the signings have been fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant signings.
And the window is looking 6 for 6 at the moment. You know, they all look, like hits at the moment. You know, you go through Ramsdale, White, Tavares, Lokonga, Ødegaard, and Tomiyasu, and I don't see one missing there. So I've got to give massive credit there. All I'm saying, I personally can't give more than a 5 to a manager who's nearly been sacked 3 times. Nearly sacked this time a year ago, nearly sacked after Villarreal, nearly sacked after 5-0 at Man City. Now there's context to all those things. But there was a reason Arsenal fans, all of us, were at one point saying, probably time to move on, probably time to upgrade. Now, when I suggest managers like Brendan Rodgers or whatever, people say, Rodgers isn't an upgrade on Arteta. I'm not even saying go and hire him. I'm not saying that. I'm just using examples of Premier League proven managers. And look, guys, Brendan Rodgers is a good manager, but Arteta's doing fantastically at the moment. And a 5 isn't bad. Like 5 is middle of the line for me. He's done fine.
I agree. And the fact of the matter is, I spoke to, funny enough, a Spurs supporter come into my shop today, and I was talking to him about it. And I said, like, you know, where do you realistically think? I said 4th or 5th. And I said, where do you think Tottenham are going to come? And he said 4th or 5th. And I said, why is that then? So he said, because we've got Conte. He said, you've got better players, but we've got Conte. And I tend to agree with that. I tend to agree that, you know, so if we don't get 4th or 5th or don't come above Spurs, it's going to be down to the manager, because the neutrals, or not, you know, but the ones that are saying that Arsenal have got good players. So if you're not going to get into above Spurs this season, what is it down to then? And that's my argument. So I still think there's pressure on Mikel to perform and do that. Listen, if he gets us into 4th or 5th this season, then, you know, you would turn around and say 7 or 8 after 2 years, you know what I mean, or 2.5 years.
Yeah, no, I agree. And listen, everything is looking really great at the moment. We are sitting in the top 4 going to Christmas. Forget games in hand and all that. The point is we've gone and picked up our points. And when you look at some of the fixtures that they've got in their games in hand, United, Spurs, all that, we're in a really lovely position. We're on course, I think, if we beat Norwich for, as Karen mentioned in his video he sent through, we'd be on course for 22 wins this season. We'd be on course for 70 points. Thinking things are looking a lot better with some big away games out of the way. You think of Old Trafford, Goodison, Etihad, Anfield, all done. Didn't pick up many points, but they're all gone. And then we're in a Carabao Cup semi-final, so I think there's a lot to be really
100%. You know, when at the beginning of the season, we listen. At the beginning of the season, even before those 3 games, even more so after those 3 games. If you'd have said going on to Christmas Day that you'd be 4th in the league, semi-final of the League Cup, you'd take that.
Absolutely you would. Mark sent a super chat saying, I think we have a chance for the top 3. Chelsea haven't looked themselves recently and many games are getting play at the moment for Chelsea. Am I being too ambitious? I think he means games are going ahead that maybe, obviously they've tried to ask for a few games off, haven't they?
Well, listen,
they did the last one anyway.
We've got to win out. We've got to beat Norwich and Wolves. Let's see where we are after those 2 games. Let's see where we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we've got more clips coming in. As you can see from the phone number right here. Have I got that right? I've got it right. Yeah, that's a bit better. That phone number, send in.
No,
you've gone complete. Send in your videos. We've got some now. Let's hear them.
AFTV is Jay from Australia, and yeah, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning right now. Nice and bright, shine early. What a game, man! I think it's a worth it morning to be waking up for. But yeah, I think so far in all competitions, Nketiah is the only striker in our squad to have scored a hat-trick recently now, and it's good to see Pepe getting a goal. And and Charlie Patino getting one as well on his debut. So yeah, I think we've done really well. I think we just keep going forward. The momentum keeps carrying. I think we just have to do it every time, and then the semi-finals, whoever we face, and then win the cup in the final at the end. So yeah, hopefully we win. Cheers.
Yo, shout out AFTV, keeping the Arsenal world connected. I'll keep it quick, some thoughts on today's game. I was working, but I have my eye on it still. Thought Nketiah obviously did really well to get a hat trick. He's just like, a lot of people don't like him. I'm not his hugest fan, but you've got to give him credit when credit is due. And to be honest, like Aubameyang at his prime, he's that kind of guy. Right place, right time. I'm not saying I think Nketiah can have a career like Aubameyang, but why couldn't he? Why shouldn't he believe that he can? Also thought Pepe was just on that side, man. That left back gonna be having nightmares tonight. That's for sure. Yeah, I thought he looked the class above, but as you'd expect. But yeah, keep doing your thing.
Hello AFTV. Unlike a lot of you, I actually like the Carabao Cup and I want to win it. Top 4 means nothing without a trophy, because if we get into the Champions League next year, we'll get knocked out in the round of 16, maybe quarterfinals. So I prefer a trophy now, shut up, than do nothing next year.
What's up AFTV? Just Boston Jules here. Just wanted to phone it in and tell you guys very Merry Christmas to you, Rob, and to you, James. Great performance today. That was everything we wanted to see going into the Christmas break. And then we got Boxing Day coming up against Norwich. Should be a good match. But a few quick thoughts about the game. I thought Tavares really great, really solid, always on it. I'm really delighted for Eddie to get the goals today. And then I thought there's some young players that could have shown up more, but I am personally disgusted with Pepe. I don't ever want to see this guy kick a ball wearing an Arsenal jersey ever again, okay? We need to get rid of this guy. We got totally fleeced by Raul. It's time to cut the deadwood out. Next summer, 300K, however much it takes per week, I don't care. Here you go, out the door. You're done, Pepe. I'm sorry, but it's your time at this club's over.
Harsh?
Very harsh. Very harsh. I understand what he's saying to a certain degree, but you can't say that after a performance like that.
I said it took 20 minutes for him to get into it, but I thought he had a really good game.
No, I enjoyed his performance today.
So did I, yeah.
He entertained me tonight. There is, that first 10-15 minutes, there was lack of end product.
Yeah.
But then, second half, you know what I mean? he nuts the fella once to do it once, but to do it twice to a professional footballer.
Yeah.
Ruthless, love it.
And he was direct, he was quick. Every time the ball came to him, he was running straight at the fullback. Sometimes you have that, put on the foot the ball, stop, work out what you're doing. He was really quick with what he's done. I really enjoyed his performance.
He put it on a plate for Charlie for the goal.
Yes, he did.
The one for Eddie was sensational goal. I've got to say that, nuts in him, and then the back flick from Eddie. He also put one on a plate for Odegaard, who should have scored.
Yes, he did. Yes, you're right. God, that was. I thought Odegaard did well second half, but
but he should have done better with that. Pepe could have had a hat trick of assists.
Yes.
So I do get what you're saying. Listen, let's get this right before anybody goes mad about it and all that. I expected Pepe to put in that sort of performance against that sort of opposition. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
But listen, you can only play one and do what's good in front of you. I thought, did Smith Rowe really do anything spectacular today? Not really. Done okay, you know what I mean. But he done well. I've got to have to say a big up for El Neni today. Did he ever? He just does what's on the tin, El Neni. I know he's not spectacular, but he just breaks up play, just plays the easy pass and all that, And I just think he's an ultimate professional footballer as well. He doesn't moan. I've got a lot of respect for him, mate.
I get that.
Because I tell you what, it can't be easy sitting on the bench, not playing all the time, and getting little minutes here and there. I don't, So I've got a lot of admiration for the way he goes about his job on it. I really have.
Super chat from Dill asking the question: would you rather knock out Spurs or Chelsea in the semi-final?
Either one.
I'd rather knock out Spurs.
I'd West Ham knock them out, if I'll be honest.
That would be lovely.
But I don't think they will.
You don't know? Yeah, neither do I. We'll talk about some of those upcoming games tomorrow night, who you want. But I want to talk about Eddie Nketiah now. We've put it off long enough. Because rightly so, we're talking about every other element.
Behind his family today, so we had to be nice.
Were you behind his family today?
Oh,
yeah. Do you know what I loved about his performance?
Go on, Eddie.
When you always like, you shout, I've always rated you, I've always loved you.
I was saying, brilliant, Eddie. But what a goal! What a great goal! I can be two-faced at times.
He made it easy for you today, though, didn't he?
He did. He absolutely did. And listen, again, he's a goal scorer, and And
when did you find out Eddie's parents were in front of you, or family?
Well, because I kept going every time he got the ball. He was getting Eddie. And
so do you know? I mean, they could have just been really big Eddie Nketiah fans.
No, they were, because where we sort of sit is where the families are. We were sitting where Bert Leno's girlfriend, she wished me Merry Christmas, by the way.
Oh.
So I'm happy with that. I said, sorry, I didn't send you a card, but anyway, don't matter. I got that from her, And then, obviously, I sit next to Saka's brother, don't I? So I know that it was something to do with him, because he gave me the nod.
Right.
As Eddie went through, I was, go on, Eddie. I've just become a big Eddie fan tonight, do you know what I mean? But,
I think we've all become massive Eddie fans tonight.
No, he was brilliant tonight.
He was superb.
Two of those finishes, I'll tell you what I was saying on my fan cam, by the way. Two of those finishes were absolute quality, and the first one, he gets it off his knee. He tells me that he's a goal scorer, James. You know what I mean?
Because, I get it.
I don't. I'm going to be really honest with him. I don't see him being a number one striker here and being, whatever. But if he wants to be a squad player, he's got a decision to make. He can be a very, very important squad player to us, doing what he's doing now, especially if we get into the Champions League or Europa League, he can get games and things like that. But listen, he done really well today. A couple of finishes there. Don't matter what opposition that's against. That's quality finishes. That second goal was a quality finish, James, I've got to say. So
yeah, I think when we were on the watch along, we were obviously all celebrated the goal. We talked about Rob Holding's header, and it might have been Turkish in the background. Turkish, not if it was you. I think it was only Turkish who actually said the words, finish. For that first Eddie goal, because when it bounces, he knows he's got to be quick, and he just sticks a knee out. It didn't bounce off his knee and go in. He has just forced it over the line.
Yeah.
He's made it happen. That's a goal scorer. That's poaching. But then the second goal, He runs. If you notice, he kind of slows down. I don't know if you've seen the replays. Yeah. And then he just darts in front of his first man, and just gets a really lovely kind of flick.
Proper finish.
Yeah, really good
from a
finish.
forward. That's a proper finish. You can't teach that. That's instinctive and whatever, like, you know. Now listen, I don't like to big up Julian, right? But he made a fantastic.
Hello, Julian.
Hello, Julian. He's in the background, but he made a fantastic point today. I had to sort of sit.
You should see Julian right now.
I had to sit down and take a breath because it's not very often he does it, but he did, and he said it was really good. Eddie gets in the positions to score goals all the time. You know, look at the one at Everton. I know he missed an open goal, but he's there. And there was 3 or 4 occasions that he was there today to get that hat-trick. And you know, that's no fluke, that's no coincidence. So I'm going to big up Julian as much as I'm bigging up Eddie, like, you know what I mean?
What a night for Julian. Some stats for Eddie. Obviously, we've got the 3 goals, 6 shots on goal, more than any other player, 4 of them on target. Again, you're right, getting into areas. Let me see if I could just quickly have a little look at how many touches he had in the box. I'm playing with my little stat stuff here. Let's have a little look. Plenty, can't be bothered to count them all, but a lot. The contract situation is lingering. We know he's rejected a new deal. That doesn't necessarily mean he said he wants to leave, but maybe the terms aren't right for him. Maybe he wants certain guarantees about first team action, which I completely respect and understand.
Which he's getting now, by the way. Can't argue that now. If he goes into the meeting now, he's getting more minutes than he's had more minutes than Pepe in the Premier League over this last month.
He has, but is he not at an age and stage where he wants to be a regular somewhere? And maybe he's thinking, I think he is.
That can happen, James, to anybody. That's not just that can happen to anybody. You know, you've got to be when you look at it.
22 years old. Still young, but
of course he is, and if it was me, you know, it's a difficult decision. Sometimes you have to ask these players, and I'll be really honest, they're not fans. You know what I mean? They might love Arsenal and all that lot, but ultimately he's got a career and he wants to play games of football, like, you know, and just playing in League Cup games and here and there is not going to get it. And do you know what? I'm going to say this to now. I admire that he wants to play and everything like that. But what he's got to make the decision is that, you know, like El Nini. We were just talking about El Nini. El Nini is, I don't know how old El Nini is, but like he has settled 27, 28. He has settled to come to Arsenal and say, do you know what? I'm at a big, massive club and I'm a squad player. I can go to someone else and be a player, but I'm not going to be at this big, glamorous club like Arsenal. Eddie's got that same situation for him now, like.
Yeah, fair enough. Another super chat from Dill says, would you rather win the League Cup or get top 4? Quickly, go on.
Well, it's a difficult one, really, because
I love silverware, but I am getting pulled into the top 4.
It's no good like getting the top 4 and then not spending no money. Like the top 4 for me is for the board, because they're going to get money out of it, like, you know what I mean, for that there. But for me, you know, depends if we've got Tottenham in the final, right? I'm having the League Cup. I don't care, like, do you know what I mean, about top 4, because I ain't having them, like, you know. So it depends who we get, like, you know. But listen, for the future of the club, I think top 4 is a big thing. But I'm buzzing now for the semi-final. I don't know how everybody else is feeling
buzzing.
That. And I want to get to the final. Do you know, 1993 was the last time we won this trophy. You know, Paul Merson and Stephen Morrow scored the goals. Yeah, probably like one of them you'd have heard of and the other you haven't. But that was the last time we won it. It's been too long. I want us to win that trophy.
I hear that. Dev with the super chat says, in 2019 I thought our defence was unfixable. Big players using our club as a joke. 5 at the back, unpredictable football. Changing all that for 5 out of 10. Dev, man, you're completely entitled to your opinion. For me, it's a 5. Ripu
Not happy
says,
with you, are they, James?
None of them are happy with me.
Me and Robbie said 6.
Well, they brought me up to a 10 on the watch along.
I'm pretty sure Turkish didn't bring you up to a 10. I'll tell you what, at least it was like he's you know, judging his dinner or something, because I'm telling you, there's no way he'd be giving Mikel Arteta a 10.
Football Gunner with super chat says, American, what did you give Turkish? Turkish, what was your rating again? 5. Turkish 5 as well.
There you go. Yeah. I know that. You should be giving a 10, like, I know that, like, you know.
Football Gunner with the super chat says, American Gooner here, no disrespect to the team, great performance, just not convinced by Pepe against a League One side. He's been shocking, otherwise be real. Look, entitled to your opinion, but he was very good today. Danny with another super chat says, where was Sambi Lokonga? I missed that guy. I believe he did have...
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't play.
It wasn't announced that he had COVID. I think he did, though, last week. So I think he's maybe still recovering. Yeah. All right, we've got some more clips, guys. Keep sending them in. Let's see what we have to say.
Hey, Gunners. This is Tolu Davids from Houston, Texas, USA. It's a good game, relaxing, refreshing, and it's good to see all our players trying to pick form. At the beginning, I felt like Cedric was not catching up. He was losing game, and it was almost costing us a lot. And the other person I need to call is Folarin Balogun. He's from my side of Nigeria. He's Yoruba, but I need to be sincere with him. You be trying to impress by all means will make it only harder for yourself to achieve anything. You have to win the trust of your players, make them play with you freely before you impress the fans. But if you're trying to be selfish, they won't pass the ball to you, and you will eventually be pulled out like he was. So if someone can tell him to play game with his team, it's going to go a long way. Let's go to the next one. Norwich, can't wait. Good seeing Arsenal fans smiling and happy. Come on, you Gunners.
What's up, AFTV? Shout out to all the Arsenal fans around the world. My name is Astro, and I'm in Montreal. And I just want to react to the game real quick. I thought it was a fantastic game. I had fun watching it. Like, it was such a wonderful game to see. Like, Sunderland really made it entertaining for everybody. Even though they knew they was going to lose. I mean, they're coming to the Emirates. Come on. They wasn't really coming there to win. But the thing is, for me, I think Balogun still got to step up his game. All he needs to step up in his game is to be more confident, like calmer, like take care of the ball a little more, and then look around you, because he plays like he got one chance in the first half, and like he could have scored that chance. I don't know why he didn't put it in the back of the net, but that was his chance to put his name right there on the score sheet, but he didn't take it. And then he got the yellow card, which was unfortunate. And I think it was a good game in general. Like, Nketiah was definitely crazy. Like, I like Nketiah. I want him to stay at Arsenal. I just don't know. Like, I don't want him to be the starting number 9 at this point, but I want him to be patient because Origi has a lot of patience, but you cannot underestimate his importance for Liverpool. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it was a great game. Like, Folarin Balogun, Charlie Patino. What? Nah, that kid... Nah, man. Did you see that finishing? Come on, man. Like, it was a fantastic game. I loved it, man. Peace out. AFTV, you already know.
Hey, just getting used to using this. Louis here, calling from UK, not far from London. And I hope the games aren't called off because I'm coming to the Wolves game. Pepe tonight. Wow. Why is he not playing in the Premier League? What is Arteta's problem with him? Especially with all these games coming up, we're going to need Pepe. Eddie Nketiah tonight proved to me he's not an Arsenal quality striker. Hat-trick. That goal, for that nutmeg from Pepe and that crossing and that back heel was Thierry Henry-esque. But it's against Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? I think Nketiah's championship level or like a lower Norwich City, Watford type striker. He's not Arsenal class. Charlie Patino, on the other hand, now there is an Arsenal player. Yeah. What a talent we got there, boys. Bring on Spurs. Wembley way.
Eddie. I thought it was a decent win tonight, considering the players that played tonight. They haven't had many minutes in recent recent time, especially like your likes of Nicolas Pepe. I thought he played very well tonight, looked very dangerous, especially with Cedric overlapping as well. And that's something that I think the Arsenal fans don't really tend to take note of, is that when Pepe's got an overlapping fullback, he looks a lot more dangerous because he isn't doubled up on by the defenders, because the overlapping fullback, of course, takes one of the defenders away, and it makes Pepe a lot more dangerous. I like the fact that in recent weeks, Mikel Arteta, I think he's given the players a bit more freedom, because attacking-wise, we look so much more fluid, so much more better. However, defensively, very, very shaky, especially in the first half. And we've got to remember the level of opposition as well. Although Eddie Nketiah scored a hat-trick tonight, and congratulations to him as well, with it being his first hat-trick in his first-team career. For me, he's still a top championship-level player. But semi-finals, here we come. We've got to take every competition seriously. Come on, you Gunners.
I like what he said there. Sorry, I got Turkish by the way back. Hello, hi.
Yes, we can.
I like what he said there about Arteta giving the players a bit more freedom the last few weeks. It strikes me that that's what's going on. They look. I think you did the fan cam. I went on a rant after the Everton game about how our football's predictable. We go through the motions. We do a lot of the same things. When I rant, it's because I want it to change. So I'm not going to sit here then after and go, oh, it's changed, or I might be wrong. That's not, oh God, I look a bit stupid. I'm glad, great, brilliant. Overlap, underlap, people in different positions.
That's the main thing as well, the overlap, underlap, I think.
Scoring different goals, it definitely looks a lot better. And we could talk about Sunderland tonight as the 5, but we still had to score 5. And then 4 against Leeds, 3 against Southampton, 2 against West Ham. There's definitely a nicer balance to what we're doing.
Yeah, 100%, man. After that Everton game, most of us thought, that's it. But it wasn't, because since we've bounced back, and it's not only bounced back like we bounced back from the first 3 losses, our performances have been better. And performances are not always going to be there, but they're a good indicator of progress. They're a good indicator of maybe future success. Mm-hmm. Because you need to see a style of play, and a style of play that's working both offensively as well as defensively. Both key components, including the transition in the middle, which has been a problem for us for years.
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
Southampton, 70 minutes of that game. I think the first 20 was abysmal, but 70 minutes of that game. West Ham, 90 minutes. Leeds, 90 minutes. And today, changed up squad. Sunderland did have a couple, in that first half, a couple of chances. But again, majority of the game, we done what we had to do. We was clinical. Since the Everton game, we've been clinical, a lot more clinical than we had been before. And we sit here 4th and in a semi-final.
Yeah, agreed. I've got to ask you about Nketiah. I'm not going to sit here and say, would you give him a massive contract, make him your number 9, and because I know how you feel about that. But is there an argument for Arsenal having a goal scorer here who scores in the cup competitions? Our aspirations to be in Europe. You're going to have some games where you want to rotate your first striker. This guy's proven he can score at those levels. He can only he's only 22 years old. He looks this is the best version of Nketiah I've seen. I'm not just basing that off tonight. I'm basing that off pre-season, the way he's looked in some of his cameo appearances. Is there an argument for just offering him a new deal, saying, look, Eddie, take it or leave it. If you want to move on and be a first teamer somewhere else, great, good for you, great. If you're happy to fight for your place, but more likely be a bit of a backup winger / striker, the offer's there. Do you think there's anything in that for Arsenal?
I still don't, because there needs to be a major reshuffle in the attack, in the striking position there. I thought in the summer, Lacazette and Eddie coming into their final year, I thought we would have made some change off them. 10 mil, 15, double it, 25 mil for the 2 of them, let's say. That could have gone towards something maybe this summer, January, or next summer. But it is what it is. We kept both of them. No one thought this Oba situation was going to occur. We all, saw he was out of form last season. We hoped that he'd return to form this season. But no one saw this happening, where he's been left out of a few games.
Fully left out.
Captaincy, all of that, yeah? So now I'm kind of looking at it different, because at the end of this season, I thought, well, Eddie and Lac are done, yeah? Maybe in January we get something from them, but end of the season, them 2 are gone. We've given Balogun a new contract. Oba's got 1 year left, so I assume we'll buy one striker to come in and either be the main striker or compete with Oba if he returns to form. But now Oba's not in the scenario. It's like, okay, if we lose Oba in the next 6 months, that's the next 2 windows, and Eddie and Laka also go to the end of their contracts and they go, to get 3 strikers in one summer, I don't see Arsenal doing that, even though we'd need to. So right now I look at Eddie and Laka and think, who's giving me more? Who's worth an extension? I'd still say Laka's done a bit more. Not a bit more, a lot more, because Laka brings... We have a few experienced players. I think we've got 7 over 25-year-olds or over 26-year-olds in the 25-man squad. But not all that experience is good experience. Like I said, Oba's one of those and he's out of the squad right now. Xhaka's one of those. He's been, divisive in terms of the fans' opinions and whatnot. Lacazette, okay, quality-wise and goals-wise, definitely, yeah, he hasn't lived up to standard. A striker coming in for 50 mil, not getting over 15 goals in the league, problem. But he's changed himself to offer something. That something was offering more than Oba, even when Oba was in the side. And it's also offering leadership. It's offering that bit of experience on the pitch. A bit of the dark arts in the game as well. He's got that, and he's one of maybe 2 players, maybe him and Kieran Tierney, that's really got that in their locker where they'll make a meal of a situation or, so for me, if we had to give Laka or Eddie a contract, regardless of Eddie's hat-trick today, 2 beautiful finishes in that hat-trick, I'd probably offer Laka a year extension or 2 right now than Eddie.
Interesting. Let us know in the comment section, guys. Obviously, Nketiah, we don't know what his ceiling is. He could maybe only get better and better. Lacazette, though, we know what we're getting now. And probably for the next year, maybe even 2. I don't see his game deteriorating massively because of how he's reinvented himself a little bit.
Because Balogun's 20, he's 20, turning 21, So in reality, if he gets loaned out in January to the end of the season, he's returning next season 21, turning 22, the same age Eddie is now. In all honesty, I think if you paid Balogun up front today, we might have seen a couple goals from Balogun. I think him being paid out of position didn't do him any favours. So I'm also thinking about him. We just gave him a new contract. Surely going into 22-23 season, he'll be our 3rd choice striker.
If Balogun's to get a loan, what kind of loan do you want? Because in my head, I'm thinking a Celtic. You know, where Edouard and Moussa Dembele did a lot of their development as a striker. Go there, play up front.
Are they on the lookout?
I have no idea.
Or is that just, okay, that's just...
I just kind of came up with it. Or a very good championship team. I don't know who's up there at the moment, but Fulham, Bournemouth. That I want him to go somewhere where the team's going to have a lot of the ball, they're going to be very competitive, they're going to score lots of goals, and he can try and develop in that while it's still being a physical, tough, grueling league. Like, I think what he needs, he doesn't need to go somewhere where he's chucked on the left wing and the coach is asking him to defend his fullback for 90 minutes. I think the loan move needs to be smart. It's why I've quite liked the Saliba loan move to Marseille, working for Jorge Sampaoli, playing for one of the best teams in France, a massive club, massive expectation, but he was going to get well coached there. That's why I liked that Saliba deal, and I want us to find the right fit for Balogun. Any in mind for you that you're...
Similar to you, I'd say...
Say he went to Serie A to Atalanta. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be an upgrade on us. He's playing Champions League, but do you get my point?
It'd be an interesting one if he actually went to, let's say, Italy or Spain. I was thinking about Germany.
Sure,
a lot of young English talent goes Germany to see what.
That's a good point.
Get some game time or whatnot. But I think Championship would be good as well. I think the rigours of the Championship's different to the Premier League, but it can also help kind of bridge the gap between what you need and what you haven't got. So.
And of late, it's bred players like Ollie Watkins. I've really everything went through my brain there. Ollie Watkins. So maybe
if he's not going to get the game time, then 100%. But then if we go and sell Eddie in January, then behind Lacazette, okay, I'd like to see Martinelli up top with Emil, Odegaard, and Saka behind him. I'd love to see that one day, but it's also very young.
Yeah, very young.
You can't really go into the Man Cities and Liverpools and Chelseas with that attacking forward.
And I think we did against Chelsea. We went in with Pepe, who is not that young, but we went in with that Chelsea game with Pepe, Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli up front, and you felt it was lacking something to really give Chelsea players have real problems and issues. Got a few comments. Let's go through them. Ripudaman says, I hope I pronounced that right, says, Arteta is 8 out of 10 for me. There's been much work done that people don't judge beyond basic league positions. We are at 79 points, only behind City. I think it means for the calendar year, because he then says tied to Chelsea this calendar year in points total. I agree. A lot of the great work, in fact, I think Arteta's best work has come away from the coaching on the pitch, where he's done some good work, but I like the way he's rebuilt the squad and some of the off-field things, the things that a manager has to do. There's another comment from Joe, says, have you considered that the players are just executing the instructions better, James? So he's asking me that. Yeah, that absolutely might be part of it. That's why I've said, I think there's some good work done on the coaching side, and I think Arteta has done some good stuff, and the players are getting a bit more used to him. But, there's also a point where, Tuchel, Rodgers, to name a few, came in and had an instant impact.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Undoubtedly they look like they're getting what Arteta's doing much better recently, and I'm loving it. We're scoring goals. It's great. It's a young team. That's the other thing. He's trying to impose it on a young team. Last year, you could say he was trying to, or the seasons before, he was trying to impose it on players that really weren't here for the right reasons. So there are reasons why maybe the things he's trying to do haven't worked till now, and I completely acknowledge that. But I'm still always going to maintain those standards for Arsenal. That's kind of the point. David Ellis says, gambled with the rotation, but pulled it off, boys. Look like we mean business. There's a hunger at Arsenal I haven't seen for a while. I very much echo that. And it's something you talk about when we're not necessarily performing. There is that underlayer of, well, do we even want to? Are these players trying? Do they care? Is there that passion? It's not us being passion merchants, but it's just asking those questions. Do you agree with that comment, that there's a better hunger and desire in this team?
Yeah, I agree with it to a certain extent. Obviously, the big games really determine that, the old saying, separate the men from the boys. Yeah, so the big games will really determine the hunger, the fight and whatnot. And I'm not saying go to Liverpool and win, but better performance is needed.
Sure.
Man United, for example, there was a wounded animal, poor as well, and we still couldn't get over the line. So there's moments in this season where we've lacked it.
Yeah.
But overall, definitely an improvement on what we've had in the past couple. Like, listen, we was rating Arteta earlier, and one of the pros I said is he's doing well with the overhaul. I don't think it's been quick enough. That's not on him. That's on the Kroenkes, and people know how much I bang on about them. But he's done well in terms of us believing we have a first 11, let's say, worthy of being talked about. Okay, some people are going a bit, overboard with the top 4, top 3 stuff, but it's definitely an improvement in the personnel.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get these super chats, and we've got some final clips, and we will round off the show, guys. Thanks for joining. I'm looking, there have been 4,000-5,000 of you live viewers, only 38 likes. Hit the like button, guys. So, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It means a lot to us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We've got some clips, yeah? Yeah, right. Let's play these clips. We'll go through super chats. We'll see you in a second.
Yes. The man them did their thing tonight, I'm not going to lie. It was good to see the likes of Nketiah bagging a hat-trick. You know what I mean? Like, seeing these youngsters come on, try do their thing. No, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I'm not going to lie. The man them did their thing today still. Like, Pepe was ripping it. What? Pepe was ripping, man, left, right and centre. He was nutmegging, man. Do you know what I mean? That's the Pepe that we want to see in big games. That's the Pepe that we want to see when it comes to, like, the Premier League, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this was an opportunity for Balogun as well to actually show what he's doing in terms of to show that he can actually play at this level. Not even this level, but play like with the Arsenal team. With the striker situation going on, I feel like Balogun should have done more, I'll be real. But as a youngster, it's his first time, so we'll allow him, innit? But Patino, lovely to see him get the first goal for Arsenal. Pushing on, hopefully he gets some more game time, maybe in the lesser games that we play in the league. But other than that, bro, the man them did their thing. I won't even lie, like. Today was good, man, like. But putting it into perspective, it was Sunderland, innit? They're in League One. So we can't really get too gassed. Looking at the lineup, I thought Arteta, I'm not going to lie, he's been doing his thing recently, and I'm not going to lie, it was a very ballsy lineup, because I thought he should have gone with a strong team, because what's all this resting players when we ain't got Europe or nothing like that? Even though we got a short time period where we got games, I thought, fair enough, man, Arteta did his thing, man, you know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, that's it from me, innit? So yeah, man, come on Arsenal.
Big up AFTV all the way from Toronto, and Merry Christmas to all the staffs and contributors. I just wanted to say great performance today. Doesn't matter who your personal favorites are, that's a big performance for the entire squad. A feel-good performance. Really quickly, I just wanted to jump in on the Arteta debate. You had mentioned that maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think we have to rate Arteta based on the accumulation of his work at this point. If we take out the first, and I know that it's, if ifs or spliffs, we'd be all high right now, but if we take out the first 3 games of the season, we're looking at top form in the league here, and it's pretty easy to kind of write those off considering the issues that the squad had at the time and the fact that we hadn't completed our work through the transfer window. Since then, it's been unbelievable. Not to mention the way that he's handled this Aubameyang situation. He's brought the youth through and continues to now bleed the youth into the squad. And the way that he's fixed the defense, the spine of the team and the defense in particular, have just been fantastic. So I feel like the way that he's handled things until this point, I mean, look at the end product, the accumulation of it, the FA Cup, now the semifinals, and 4th in the league, pretty much a lock. I know there are other teams to still have games to play, but I believe that this is at least a 7 out of 10 job for Arteta that he's done based on the accumulation of his work to this point. Anyways, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
And Merry Christmas to you, man. Merry Christmas to everyone. I love the energy in these videos you guys have sent from all over the world as always. Honestly, I really enjoy it. Let's get through these final super chats. Danny says, although Pepe played well and is very skilled, I still take Saka every game week. Saka's ability to take multiple defenders is key to our game plan. Yeah, that's a very good point. Dev says, people are now blaming Arteta for not playing Pepe. I swear he can never win with this kind of fan base, which just wants him to go regardless. Dev, I've seen a lot of support for Arteta, across the last couple of weeks. When things got rough at Everton, it's just kind of the nature. Things are good right now. Maybe Pepe should get more game time, but I've been very happy with the way Arteta's managed that kind of core 15 players of his. Yeah. Pepe's going to have to work hard to get in there, but tonight was a very good audition. Well, not audition, we've seen, but it was a very good display of remind us what he can do. Yeah. Just see if we might have. We do have a couple more super chats. Jay Gunafan TV says Eddie's contract has a clause that trigger a year's extension if he plays a certain amount of games. Laka only needs 1 year extension and loan out Aubameyang, please. I didn't realise about Nketiah's contract, so I'll look into that. But that does give us a lot of context, actually. Mr. Katsula says, great to see that Eddie can really turn it on against League One sides. Also exciting to see Patino on the scoreboard. I don't know if that's sarcasm. It might be. I don't know. Jay Gunafan TV again says Patino gets more time during AFCON as he is decent cover for midfield. We still need to get another centre mid in January. Get well soon, Turkish, and Merry Christmas, guys. We'll end it there, guys. A big Merry Christmas to you. Thank you for joining me, Turkish.
Nice one.
I'm not going to see you till Christmas.
No.
Forever Arsenal on a screen. That's not the same.
Yeah, we're done, innit?
I like being in person.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Guys, thank you so much for all the support throughout this year. Obviously, we'll be back to cover Norwich. I'll be in Norwich. That'll be fun. I'll be in Norwich on Boxing Day. And then we've obviously got the Wolves game. If anything is to change from a footballing perspective, we will keep you up to date with everything that's going on. And of course, plenty of content, as always, will be coming on AFTV as we look ahead as well to the January transfer window. Robbie's got those nice 6 a.m. starts again, reading about some player in God knows what league who's played 2 appearances. It's going to be the answer to Arsenal's midfield, and he'll be giving you all the stats and breakdown on it all as well. So we look forward to that across January. You're right there. You're
the eyes still on the ball, people. My knee might be done, but
it's late at night. He's using the force, just sort of like, bloody hell, you've got the spidey senses to cover
like
there.
this. Love for the love.
He just had a little bit of a spidey sense moment.
Nah, Matrix.
Matrix. Okay, so he's a Matrix fan. Of course, that comes out soon as well. All right, guys. Apparently I got it wrong, but there's not 38 likes. Apparently there's 500 likes. That's still not enough, so hit the like button. How many now? 700. Oh, 700. Thank you. So since I last told you it was 38 about 10 minutes ago, it's gone up 200. So thank you very much. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow.